Barakim Habarim. Welcome to Messianic Moment Ministry. I'm Stephen Bruck. You know who you are. Today's the 29th day of May, 2025. We're almost into June. Just flies. Well, the Torah, that's the scroll containing the first 5 books of the Bible. And most Christians, even most Jews actually, know it as the law. But the word Torah means learning or teaching. And even though the Torah has laws, it is really God's user manual for righteousness. Hey, look, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe here on YouTube. Hit the little red button there. Go back to messianicmoment.com. Subscribe there also. Click the bell. Set your device for notifications so you know the next time I post. You guys know how to do all that. And on Facebook, please give a like to my Facebook page and join my Facebook group. It's called Just God's Word. I'm also now posting on TikTok. Hey, and if you like what you get here, you're going to love the books I've written. I got 5 of them out there for you. Go to the website, messianicmoment.com, and click on the link to the books, or go to Amazon and put Stephen R. Bruck up there in the search field, or from your view, Stephen R. Bruck, and the books will show up. And one last thing, the most important thing, seriously, please share these messages with everyone you know. Help this ministry continue to grow. All right, so let's start off by trying to agree on something. When we disobey God, that is a sin, right? I mean, so far, so good? Yeah? Okay, good. All right, so the next thing we need to agree on is that sin is lawlessness. Are we also okay with that? Really? Good, good. Because now we're all in agreement with the Bible, because the Apostle John tells us in 1 John 3:4, and this is from the NIV, everyone who breaks the law, everyone who sins breaks the law. In fact, sin is lawlessness. So, sin is not obeying the law, but what law was John talking about? Well, you know, the truth is, at that time, there really was only one law, the Torah. So, no, where are we? All right. Christianity has taught you that Yeshua, that's Jesus, did away with the law, which, if that is true, means that the Son of God told you to ignore his Father and live a life of sin. That doesn't really make much sense, does it? The Messiah, the Son of God, was sent by God to be a means for us to be forgiven of sin. So what he does is teach everyone to sin? I mean, what is that, some sort of job security? Yes, it makes absolutely no sense. So what did the early Christian leaders do? Well, to make it seem sensible, Christianity has come up with the idea of moral and ceremonial laws. And that even though they say Yeshua did away with the law, now, well, I don't really mean all the laws, just the ceremonial ones. Which, of course, begs the question, who decides which is ceremonial and which is moral? Well, isn't God moral? Yeah, and if he is, then he wouldn't tell us to do anything that wasn't morally correct, right? Well, God told us how to worship him. That's Leviticus 23. He told us what social and familial relationships are righteous and which are sinful. That's Leviticus 18. He told us which foods are best for us and which we should avoid. That's Leviticus 11. And yeah, there are many other ways he told us to live a righteous and worshipful life throughout the rest of the Torah. Now ask yourself this. If God is moral and everything he tells us to do is therefore morally correct, then although people may try to separate moral from ceremonial, isn't it all moral anyway? Of course it is. Come on, of course it is. Whatever God tells you to do is not just righteous, but morally correct. And anything God says you should do that you refuse to do, well, then it's a sin. And sin is lawlessness, and the wages of sin is death. Yeah, Romans 6:23. You probably know that one. Look, so The choice is yours. I've given you biblically correct information so that you can make an informed and biblically correct decision. You can continue to follow some man-made religion, and for the record, honestly, really, every single Christian religion is man-made. Or you can decide to follow God. I can tell you, and I'm sure you will agree, that to reject God is not a good idea. Yet, remarkably enough, that's what Christianity tells you to do. In nearly every respect, it rejects God. It doesn't celebrate the Sabbath when God said to. It doesn't honor any of his holy days. It eats all the foods God said not to eat. It teaches that Yeshua did away with his Father's commandments. And there are some forms of Christianity where the people pray to statues and their houses of worship are full of graven images. And, well, you get the idea. You can follow a Christian Torah or follow the Torah that God gave to all humanity so that they know what is right and what is wrong. Okay? Choice is yours. Let me give you this one more thing to consider. When you face God at Judgment Day, and we all will, he might ask you why you lived the way you did. And you're going to tell him, I was just doing what they told me I should do. Well, I can't speak for the big guy upstairs, but I think he'll respond with something to the effect of, I know you did what they told you to do, but it's what I say that counts. Thank you for being here. And please, remember to share these messages with everyone you know, even non-believers. Hey, after all, you never know how fertile the soil is until you plant a seed in it. All right, that's it for this week. So, Lihitrot, and let me wish you an early Shabbat Shalom.